What's up, people? I'm Shaggy, the Opinionated Hippie. This is part 20, the last part of my reviewing and ranking the live Phish series. I'm going to do number 20. I'm going to talk about 20. Then I'm going to show where I think 20 falls among the other 19. I'll put up the complete final list at the end of the video. And as of now, for now, I am done with Phish. This is by far more Phish than I've listened to in quite a long time. Hardcore Phish head in the 90s, tailed off since then. Don't listen to them much anymore. We'll pop on a live show every so often. So it was fun to revisit these and, think about these again. These are the ones I was kind of mostly familiar with because this was kind of the last run for me with Phish. It was after this series stopped that I kind of checked out also at the same time. So a lot of the other stuff that comes after this, I'm not familiar with, so I might revisit it, but it definitely won't be as this weekly type thing. They did continue the live Phish series, but it was no longer volume 21, volume 22. It just was the date of the show. And so because this is the actual last one of the volume thing, we're going to wrap up this little series for now, and then maybe visit some other shows as we go on. But yeah. So this is a complete show on only 2 discs. Nice brief one to end it from December 29th, 1994. Set 1 is about an hour, a little over an hour of disc 1, and then set 2 starts on disc 1 and finishes on disc 2. Looking at the set list, the first set kind of looks like a kind of typical standard set list, but the opening and closing songs, which are Runaway Jim and Possum, are pretty much not like any other Runaway Jim or Possums from this era, or like anything that preceded this. You get a Runaway Jim opener, you're generally just going to be this happy, upbeat, you got that little break in the middle, Trey's going to give you this really uplifting, great way to start the show type, almost like a Bertha type energy if you're a Dead fan, just really pump you up. This is a Runaway Jim that goes like it goes off. Like if Runaway Jim is usually here, this one's like, hey, we're going to go over here and we're just going to do other things. We're going to be more of a any song, anything can happen to type thing. We're going to keep the jam a little more here. We're not going off into a whole other world, but if this is the Runaway Jim track, we're taking a different route, maybe a little maybe instead of taking the highway, we're on the business route through American towns right now. And the best part of it is Foam follows. Runaway Jim Foam, every third show I saw in 94 was a Runaway Jim Foam opener. Runaway Jim Foam opener. This is a segue, a real-time live segue from Runaway Jim into Foam that is beautiful. One of the most inspired things. Just this is what Phish was about. Things like this. 2 songs that you pretty much know exactly what you're going to get, but they throw in this weird little extra jam, going places a Runaway Dog normally doesn't go. Then we're going to segue into Foam and give Foam a little extra room to breathe just because we're feeling ourselves tonight and it's almost New Year's. Great start under sort of a standard blanket, You're getting breakfast, you're getting eggs and bacon, but it's the best eggs and bacon you've ever had. And somehow the eggs lead directly into the bacon. It's crazy. If I Could follows, which just sounds sweet. I don't know why. Sounds particularly sweeter after that Runaway Jim Foam. Split Open and Melt, which is some pretty good sort of really attacking energy in the middle that kind of works really well. Pretty straight. This Split Open and Melt is pretty much in the Split Open and Melt. We're staying within the Split Open and Melt rails. We get a horse on it in the morning. An Uncle Pan, which is nice. And I Didn't Know, which apparently is the first I Didn't Know we've had released. That's kind of pretty cool. We have not had that. This is the first time that we have an I Didn't Know that's been officially released on a Phish recording, back when this came out in 2003. And then we get the Possum to close. And the Possum is also kind of going out here a little bit and getting a little more like David Bowie-esque at times. And wait, if I'm not paying attention, are we in the David Bowie realm of jamming? It almost feels like there's some really out here type vibe to Possum before we come back in and build it up to that, Possum energy. Really good Possum. Bunch of quotes I think Trey drops in here. It's really fun. It's lively. Got good energy. It's what you want out of a Possum, but we're going a little bit more this way in the jams. And then when we get to the second set, we're going to go all the way over there in the jams. Second set opens up with a Gaiute, which is just not my favorite song. I definitely don't like it as an opener. I think it sometimes works if it's placed deep, deep in a set. I'm not a big fan of a Gaiute opener. Closes out disc 1. Then, to start off disc 2, 10 minutes, 11 minutes into the second set, first track on disc 2, we get a 35-minute David Bowie. Starts off with this awesome sort of that digital delay loop jam that they do, but they really kind of tweak that and let that simmer a little bit longer, and that has a little bit more of a darker psych energy than normal. Then they drop into a David Bowie, and then we just get, it's like, it definitely doesn't feel like one continuous jam. It almost feels like a collection of short stories, only it's not like, it's like a collection of novellas, like Stephen King's, like the one that had The Stand in it. Different seasons, right? Where we're really, it's almost like there's 4 or 5 just epic jams in this David Bowie that are kind of connected by like other ideas. And we got some simmering, bring it down, dark psych energy. We get some full on attack energy. We got some more bring it down, dark psych energy. We get a whistling, calling out for Lassie energy. We get a way too kind of brief at the end, build back up into the climax type energy where you kind of maybe expect it's really going to go out longer, but by the time they get to that, we've already been going all over the place for like, close to 25, 30 minutes. But this is a deep, dark, intense, patient. It really feels like the band, like listening to the band, like even the beginning of David Bowie, just, it seems so introspective and so like they're just trying to explore this territory. And it almost seems like they're oblivious to what the crowd wants, or at this point in time, and this is kind of true, having been to Phish shows, I think in the late 90s. This is 94. Yeah, we're talking 94. Mid 90s. This was the time when Phish, I keep thinking this is 98, 94, when I would say the Phish crowd was starting to get bigger, but you really had a bunch of really hardcore, intense Phish heads that like jams like this, it was fucking quiet, man. Like nobody talked. Like the only noise you heard was dancing. Like people respected like the low points. And this is one of those David Bowies where I think the crowd really, really, really allows the band to simmer and explore these darker things and this more psych energy. And it's a really, really special David Bowie. Just one of those David Bowies you really just have to seep in and just absorb every beautiful 35 minutes of it. And then the rest of the set, we don't get really anything epically jammed. All the epic jamness is in David Bowie. We get an entire set's worth of jamming in David Bowie. And it's really all you need. It really is not an exhaustive. They obviously will continue doing this for decades. But it just seems like exhaustive within the framework of what they're going for in this David Bowie, though it is leaving you wanting more. Then we get a Halley's Comet. We get the Lizards, which just feels perfect. Just absolutely just feels exactly what this set needed. We get a Cracklin' Rosie, my favorite of the Fishman songs, is because it's an absolutely fantastic Neil Diamond song. Then we get a Good Times, Bad Times, some nice shredded energy at the end. And then for the encore, we get a My Long Journey Home, acoustic, and a Sleeping Monkey. So, yeah. Really, really solid first set that I think on paper maybe looks a little standard for 94, but the Runaway Jim, Into Foam, the Possum ending, the nice Uncle Pen I Didn't Know, that's nice. The Split Open Melt is your typical just well jammed split open and melt. And the If I Could just really works. And then the David Bowie, just absolutely one of those must-hear, all-time great. 94 Phish jams. I mean, like how many epic 94 jams did they drop in 94? 94. All right. Where would I rank this show? My last ranking of live Phish volume shows. I have it right there. Where is it? I don't know where it is. Oh, it's at number 7. I was looking at the list and I didn't see it. It's all the way up at number 7. Right above my favorite birthday show right there. I don't ever use my birthday for my passcode information, so it doesn't matter. The following show was on my birthday in 95 with that awesome Fleaser, the Finger Legs Tweezer. Yeah, Evidence 7, just because I that first set always surprises me about how much I enjoy it. Songs that I normally wouldn't be attracted to, the whole thing, the Runaway Jim and that David Bowie. I mean, that's why I come to Phish. This is what I want, and I want these 35-minute jams. That's what attracts me. And this is a really good one. So yeah, pretty interesting list. I mean, 1 and 2 start off weak, but then 3 and 4 are at the top of the list. Then 5, you go back to the bottom. 6, go back to the middle. 7, we go back down. 8, we hit a lull in the middle, but then we hit a lull for a while. That middle run, 7, 8, 9, all 10, we're all in the middle, but then we kind of jump back up towards the end. Interesting run of volumes. Interesting. But that's my final ranking. That's where I would rank all these live Phish albums according to things I like, which are pretty much long, epic jams. Yeah, that's all I got. I'm done with Phish. I'm going to start another continuing series thing next that has a lot of albums. And by the time, I'm going to give you a little clue. Maybe you can guess it in the comments. The reason I'm doing this band, I know all of their albums and I could do them and just rank them, right now. But my fear is that if I record the video today and post it tomorrow, by the time you see it the next day, this band will have released 3 more albums and I'll have to do the whole thing again. So I'm going to do them one at a time, thinking that if I start now in February, by the time I get to the end, sometime in like April, they'll probably have released 2 more albums by then. Yeah, you know who it is. I'm excited. Anyways, that's all I got. I'm rambling. Subscribe, like, share, all that stuff. And go listen to this David Bowie, man. It's from start to finish. The digital delay loop jam in the beginning, into David Bowie, into the awesome, a lot of dark psych energy in it. Fantastic, fantastic David Bowie. All right. Thanks for watching. Peace. Like, share, subscribe, comment, all that kind of stuff. And talk to you later. Peace.